it's Wilma. Welcome back to a new video. Today's video is going to be me showing you guys my final project. Finally. So if you have watched my other videos, you have seen me do a lot of like preparation stuff for my final project. If you haven't watched them, I basically had to do 3 drawings and I had to redo them 2 times before actually doing the final thing. So I had already drawn them twice before doing my final project. So that's what's gonna be in this video. I'm just gonna show you guys the actual final project, and I'm very happy about that because that means that it's over now, because I'm filming this after I've done it. Anyway, there's also gonna be a few clips in the beginning of the video because I didn't post anything for like 3 weeks and I had a bunch of footage that I didn't really know what to do with. So I'm just gonna put that in this video. It's just like some clips from my life recently in like April and May. And that's what this video is gonna be. It's just gonna be me showing you guys the final project. And then, well, before that, there's gonna be like some clips from my life recently, which are kind of pretty, if I may say so myself. Anyway, hope you guys will enjoy and let's get into it. Today is Friday, April 19th, and I'm about to start on my final project. So if you watch my last videos, you are very aware of this final project. I have basically had 3 drawings that I've had to draw twice, and I'm doing it for the 3rd time. But this time that I'm doing it, it's gonna be a lot more refined than the other times that I've done it, and I'm gonna be developing the idea even more. But yeah, I'm gonna get started on that today finally. I have like 3 weeks to get it done, so I'm gonna try to do the first drawing and get it done by Monday or Tuesday, and then get the next one done by like the next week sometime, and then the next one the next week. But yeah, I have had breakfast. It is like noon at this point, so I've definitely had breakfast. It's like 12:30, and I'm gonna go get started on my project. That's all. Okay, bye. So if you have watched my other videos, hopefully you're not sick of seeing me draw this again. But this time is going to be very different because they're all going to be in color. And if you haven't seen my other videos, I basically had to do these in different techniques before, and then I chose the technique that I liked the most to do for my final project. So for the final thing, I decided to use watercolor, and I'm very happy with that decision because I really enjoy watercolor. It can be a little bit time consuming sometimes, but I think that it's a very fun technique to work with, and I felt pretty comfortable doing it. So I'm very happy that's what I chose to do. Anyway, I thought that I would discuss a little bit more, even though I've talked about this in other videos, my experience with having to paint the same thing 3 times. So I thought that it was a really interesting experience. I definitely feel like I learned a lot from doing the same thing over and over, and the reasoning for us doing this is probably because in the real art world there might be times where you have to do thumbnail sketches, you know, initial sketches, either when you're doing a large scale drawing or if you're working with a client, kind of just like show them the idea, and then you develop the idea more and you figure out things to change and what you could do better. And so that was definitely a very valuable part in having to do this multiple times. But am I a fan of it, having to do it? I can't say that I am. If it was just me doing this twice, maybe that would be fine. But the fact that I had to do it 3 times was like, please make this be over. So I can't say that I had the most fun with this project, like overall, with all of the drawings that I had to do. But I think that out of all of the stages of this drawing that I had to do, the final one might be the most fun one I had to do because of the fact that I could do it in color. And if you know me, you probably know that I love to use color. And I guess the fact that I could like take a little bit more time with it this time was fun and helpful. So the other times that I did this, sometimes we literally had like 1 week to do them. Sometimes we had 2 weeks. But for this final project, we had a month to finish it. Does that mean that I didn't leave it to the last minute to do it? No, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, I feel like no matter how I feel about this project, I definitely learned a lot from it. I learned how to think creatively, how to problem solve, and figure out new ways to approach APs. I do think that the level that I'm at right now is the level that I'm at. I can't really change that. Obviously, I will become better in the future, but what I was trying to say with that is I wish that there were things that I could have done differently, that I could have improved on even more. But sometimes I feel like you're kind of ahead mentally compared to what you actually can do. And that's kind of how I felt with these drawings. Like, I feel like the idea could have been better, but I just didn't really know how to do that. And it's all a learning curve. I'm just like in the process of learning how to put meaning into my art and all that stuff. I'm not really struggling with technical issues because I have been making art for so long that I've kind of got that part down. Obviously, I'm always going to need to work on it and improve, and there always will be things to improve. But the thing that I need or feel like I want to work the most on is the meaning. And sometimes in my videos, I say that I don't care about meaning, and sometimes I'm like, I'm trying to learn about it. And honestly, it's all depending on the day and the art piece that I'm making. Like, sometimes I don't care about meaning, and I just want to draw whatever I want to draw without thinking too much. But then sometimes when you have pieces that you do want to put meaning into and you don't know how to do that, that's frustrating because you're trying to convey some sort of meaning, but I don't know how to do it. And it's definitely something that I want to work on and try to figure out how to do a better job with. That doesn't mean that I think that every piece that I make needs to have meaning, because that's not really what I believe in. But overall, it is something that I would love to work more on and figure out how to approach in a better way and just like learn how to do, because although I think that I do have some pieces that I've done that have meaning in them, and I don't know how clear the meaning is, but there definitely is meaning in some of my art, I still feel like I have such a long way to go with it. And that's not a bad thing. I think sometimes it can be discouraging, but in the moment, I think it feels more motivating for me because I have this desire to get better and to improve and to work on things, and I think that's a great thing. guys, today is May 5th. It is Sunday and my final project is due tomorrow. I have finished the first painting and then we have the second one, which I still have to peel the tape off of. I'm about to start on the third and final drawing and have it over with. I'm very excited for this to be over. I'm like so disconnected from this project at this point. Like I really do not care. Like I definitely care about doing a good job, but I just don't care about the project in itself. It doesn't excite me. I'm just not enjoying it anymore. Did I ever enjoy it though? That's a very good question. Anyway, so yeah, my semester ends on Tuesday. I have a class on Tuesday and that's basically just like a portfolio review type of thing where I'm going to show my teacher all of the work that I made throughout the semester, and then he's going to give me my final grade and then I'm done. I'm very excited about that. I'm also going to Sweden on Wednesday, which is where I'm from if you weren't aware. I'm just going for 2 weeks to visit my family with my partner. So yeah, my semester ends on Tuesday and I'm leaving on Wednesday. So everything feels like super crammed right now. Like I don't really feel like I have the room to enjoy my days, if that makes sense, but that's okay because I'm gonna be able to do that very soon once the semester is over and I'm on vacation, I guess, in Sweden. But I'm gonna go get started on the third drawing and I'm so excited for it to be over. I just don't want to think about it anymore. I don't want to work on it, but obviously I have to go do that. And I'm probably gonna be working on it all day today, which does not excite me, but that's okay. Time to get started on the final drawing. So this is the very last drawing out of these 3 drawings. As you can tell, I didn't show the second drawing because I just didn't feel like it. I didn't think I needed to show that once again because it's the most boring out of the 3 drawings, so I decided to skip that one. Anyway, this last drawing is maybe my favorite. I really enjoyed the first one because I think it's really interesting when you can see a whole environment and it's like a full body piece of myself. But I am a sucker for doing close-up portraits, and that's what this is. And I think the reason that I really like this is because I'm doing something in the portrait, like there's some action happening. Usually when I draw self-portraits, it's just like a photo of me, like kind of like posing. I mean, not that I'm not posing in this, but like in this one, I'm actually doing something, like I'm performing some sort of act. Usually in my self-portraits, it's not like that. And so that's why I think this portrait is really interesting to me. And definitely something that I would love to try to do more of because, as I said, most of my self-portraits are not me performing some sort of act. It's just like a photo of me looking into the camera or whatever. So yeah, I think that this piece is really interesting with me putting on the mascara and it's like kind of like caught in the act of doing something. I think that's super interesting. Anyway, I don't know if I mentioned how I feel about the project, like the outcome and everything, and obviously I haven't showed you all of that yet, but I thought that we would discuss that a little bit. So, of course, I am the happiest with these final drawings compared to the sketches that I had to do before this. And that's how it should be, because these drawings had to be the most detailed, they had to be the ones that we put the most work into. And so, of course, I should be the happiest with these, and I'm happy that's actually true. So, I think out of the 3 drawings, the last one was probably the one that I enjoyed doing the most. I think it's because I found it probably the most interesting, and it's also just fun to do a close-up portrait, as I said, something that I've done a lot of before. And despite the fact that I was kind of hating my life doing this, now that it's over, I'm very happy that it's something that I've done and something that I can look back on. You know, sometimes something might not be fun in the process, but then once it's done, you're able to appreciate it and look at it with new eyes. And that's kind of how I feel about this project. I feel like I learned a lot by doing this. As I said earlier, I learned about how to problem solve and how to figure out a solution for improving a concept. Not that I really did that, but at least I got to practice that part of my brain, even though I didn't really succeed in my opinion. But yeah, I'm happy with the way that it turned out and I'm super happy with the experience. Even though it was frustrating, like even though it sucked at some point, I think that that's valuable too. If anything, that is even more valuable than the pieces that we love to do. are with the final project all completed. I'm so glad it's done. At this point, it's been a little bit since I finished them, as you might be aware of. I feel like I have kind of like new eyes when I'm looking at this, and I'm definitely very happy with how it turned out. I think the one thing that's missing is me being able to really convey a message in these drawings. It was supposed to be about like feeling pressure to like look a certain way before we go out into the world. I guess that's kind of what that is, but not really. It's more very mundane, like kind of just showing scenes of me in the bathroom putting makeup on. It's not really telling the story the way that I wanted it to, but if I'm being honest, I don't care. School is kind of tricky because it's like I kind of just like, obviously I want to do a good job and I want to improve, and like that's why I'm in school, but you kind of get to a point where you're just so sick of it that you don't care anymore. And that's basically what this was. But obviously I still tried my best. It was very out of my comfort zone. I usually don't do like whole scenes, especially not like full body stuff with the whole like interior space. That's not something I've done a lot of, or I don't know if I've ever done that before this. So yeah, but I'm very happy with the overall results. You know, they're technically good, and that's really all that I could ask for right now, because I'm still learning about how to convey a message and stuff, and it's gonna take some time, but I'm trying to be nice to myself and not knock myself down for not being able to do it right now. But yeah, these are them. I'm so happy they're done. If you've kept up with my other videos, you might know how sick I was of doing this. So the fact that it's over is very exciting. So that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It might have been a little bit random with what I put in there, but I hope it was cohesive in some way. Anyway, make sure you're subscribed if you want to keep up with future videos, and that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!